Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Travis and today we're going to listen to Ningen Isu Toshishun. Now this is a band that I really love. It's definitely one of the first Japanese bands I ever discovered and I just fell in love with their guitar playing. Dude, their guitar playing is insane. So yeah, I mean, look, I love this band, so of course I'm going to have to come back to them periodically. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That is so cool. I love this music video, bro. Dude, you can't tell me they are not amazing. I don't care what anybody says. They are freaking amazing, dude. Like, seriously, they are amazing. If you enjoy guitar playing, you can't not like this band. Like, bro. I think when I reacted to Heartless Scat, I think I commented, like if you like rock music, like Freebirds, or Leonard Skinner's Freebird, like, that guitar solo is, like, held on a pedestal. And I was like, bro, this is up there with that. Jesus, their guitar playing is amazing. I was just thinking, like, man, I bet you everybody that listens to this band wishes they had a grandparents that were half as cool as these guys. Or they wish they could be a grandparent half as cool as these guys. These guys are so cool, man. And, like, this music video, like, this felt like something out of, like, a video game. Or, like, an anime or a cartoon or something, man. This is a cool music video, bro. I liked it a lot. And what's interesting is, like, I was just thinking with this guy, I forget how much I like his facial expressions. Like, he's making facial expressions through the music video as if, like a dad would or a grandparent would for, like, a toddler, you know, like, trying to make him smile. And I was just thinking, he's doing those type of facial expressions the whole music video. And it's funny, man. I like it a lot, dude. This band's great. Like, this band is genuinely an amazing band, and I'm so happy they were one of the first bands I've ever discovered. I don't know what else to say, I just love this band, dude. Let's get into the lyrics and try to do my best to interpret them. Dear Father, I wonder if you're going strong in the other world. Ugh. Dear Mother, I hope there's nothing wrong with you. Okay, so this is kind of already at a sad start, because it's kind of reflecting on his parents who passed away. And, you know, I think I heard something recently. It's the worst thing about being an adult is realizing that your parents are getting older. And I think that kind of puts into context that you're so focused on being an adult and, like, handling responsibilities and working and so on and so forth that you don't realize, like, those parents that raised you are getting older. They're struggling, you know, and in this case, they've passed on, and that's kind of a sad reality of life. It's unbearable for me to see. This world is filled with darkness. Everything is upside down. All lies turn into truth. All truth turn into lies. You know, up here was kind of sad in the sense that you realize your parents are gone and you're reflecting on that. But this is kind of sad that you're seeing the world in such a negative light. And I mean, that's, I think, kind of human nature in the sense that maybe it's a survival instinct in us people. But we always focus on, like, the bad things. And we always focus on the negative things, the things that make us uncomfortable. In the world being filled with darkness and everything not making sense, we tend to hyper kind of fixate on that stuff. All lies turn to truth, all truth turn into lies. You know, maybe this is just what I think of, but when I think of this line in particular, I think of, like, government or, like, politics. It's Toshishun, Toshishun, Toshishun. A voice inside is telling me, Toshishun, Toshishun. A voice inside, it's preaching to me. I have to choose my own way. This is this voice telling him that he has to kind of figure out his own way in life. I'm kind of curious on at what point in his life this is. Because when I think of a voice telling me to kind of choose my own way or kind of figure out my own path, it kind of gives me the idea that he was maybe on the younger side. In a sense, because if you're, say, 40, for example, and your parents pass on, you kind of already have your life you already have generally your job or career, you maybe have a family, you know what I mean? You kind of have it kind of, for the most part, kind of figured out, but when this voice is telling him he has to choose my own way, I'm assuming maybe it's his life, he has to choose his own way in life. I'm assuming that this is maybe when he's, like, a teenager or in his early 20s, he's trying to figure life out. That kind of gives me the idea, but maybe I could just be reading into that way too much. Dear Father, is your living easy in the underworld? Dear Mother, please take care of yourself. Oh, that's kind of dark. Maybe they have a different interpretation of underworld. If you're, like, a Christian, you have heaven and you have hell, and the underworld is generally not a good place. You know, in mythology or in our current interpretation of it, when you think of underworld, you think of maybe his father was not a good person, maybe his father was bad. I don't know. I mean, how do you interpret that? Is your living easy in the underworld? I don't know if that's like a in a sense of like genuine care, or that's kind of like, are you easy? Is it easy living being a piece of crap? You know, in the underworld in hell. You know, I'm kind of curious on. I don't. Maybe I'm reading way too much into this. Dear mother, please take good care of yourself. Okay, so that's clearly a positive interpretation. But this, I feel like, is a negative interpretation. I feel like this is either kind of like tongue in cheek, like I bet you're living easy down there in hell or the underworld. But I don't know, maybe it could be genuine concern. I don't know. It frightens me to see diseases never fade away, disasters never cease to happen. To live is painful as hell. Yeah, that's a sad reality. Diseases never fade away. It's kind of like cancer, for example. Cancer's been around forever, and it really kind of sucks to see, you know, like cancer or diseases take away those you care about. And it almost seems like once you cure one disease, another one takes its place, you know, it never ceases to end. Disasters never cease to happen. Coming from a Japanese band, I mean, I could be wrong, but don't you guys in Japan, for example, have an insane amount of like earthquakes and stuff of that nature that you guys deal with? It could just pertain to kind of where you are on like the tectonic plates and stuff of that nature. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I've heard, so I understand disasters. Birds in the sky cheerfully fly, animals in the field joyfully run, but why do only humans go astray? Okay, so this is reflective in the sense that nature has this maybe kind of carefree, joyous outlook, in the sense that they don't maybe kind of have these responsibilities. You know, they just live life how they want to live life, birds and animals. They have their own like little families and they just take care of the families and that's their life. They just survive. But with humans go astray, meaning like, you know, you have like responsibilities, you have bills, you have diseases, you have all this stuff. And a lot of it is brought on by humans. Humans go astray in the sense that they can't live this carefree life that animals seem to live. Dear Father, I'll be there with you sooner or later. Dear Mother, I'm sorry for not seeing you now. Okay, so maybe up there was more of an actual, like, genuine concern. I'll be there with you sooner or later. In the underworld? God, the underworld just gives me such a negative interpretation. But maybe you guys have a different, in Japan, maybe you guys have a different interpretation of what you consider the underworld. But here, I just think, oh, I'll be in hell sooner or later. That seems so negative and so not good. Like, I don't really like that. I don't imagine they live a life where they'd be in the underworld or be in what I consider hell. Dear Mother, I'm sorry for not seeing you now. Maybe I guess he's sorry for not seeing her while he still had her around. When those people you care about are gone, you really puts in perspective that all this focus I had on moving up in the career field or trying to do all these things in my life, that I didn't notice how important it was to give those people I care about more of my time and more of my focus. I am freezing. It's always winter in this world, where conflict never vanish. Its face of... Dude, how do you read that word? I have no idea. God, I feel like I have an easier time reading Japanese words than this word. What the hell? I am freezing. It's always winter in this world, where conflict never vanish. Okay, so this is kind of talking about the world as a whole, I'm assuming. In a sense, conflict never vanishes. There's always, you know, you can kind of look at it now, you know, countries go to war. You always have, like, the fear of nuclear warfare and, you know, people dropping bombs and stuff of that nature. And yeah, no, I can kind of get it. Like, the world is just a dark place, you know what I mean? Like, it would be nicer if people tried to come together and understand one another, but, you know, when the world is driven by money and power, it's hard for that to happen. Yeah, no, it really puts in perspective of, when you look at it like that, yeah, the world is always going to be winter. People will never learn to care about their neighbors or, you know, look out for one another in a sense of like countries. And maybe in your neighborhood, some people do that, but in the grand scheme of things, no, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. And it's really a sad reality of things. You know, this is a little bit of a darker song, you know. He's really just talking about missing his family, which, you know, if you interpret anything from this, you should definitely, while your parents are still here, if they are, or just those people you care about, definitely call them up, see how they're doing, spend some time with them because you just never know when they're gonna go. And it also seems like he is really kind of reflecting on just like the human nature of things, like the state of the world that humans are in the sense that people can never get along. There's always conflict, there's always pain, there's always like kind of, it's winter, so maybe I'm just, blowing this up more than it is. It's always winter in this world. There's always conflict, there's always pain, there's always suffering, whether it's, in the country you're in, but around the world as a whole, that is the case. And, it's a sad reality of things. I try not to look at things that are out of my control. You know what I mean? I try to focus on just my life and just that around me, things that I can actually have an impact on. And when I think about that, it's not so bleak. It doesn't feel like winter. You know what I mean? So I think when I focus on the grand scale of things I have an impact on, it's more maybe positive. But when you look at things you have no control over, like countries going to war and stuff of that nature, then yeah, I mean, when you think of it like that, yeah, life is just winter all the time. It's dark, it's bleak, it's depressing. So I try not to focus on that. I try to look at the glass half full. I try to look at the positives in life. And I think that's really helped me change my mindset for the better. But I do like the song. It's a little bit of a darker song for sure. I really love this band a lot, and I love this music video. I love everything about it, honestly. So I'm really glad I discovered this band. You're gonna, on occasion, you're gonna see me come back to this band. I just really enjoy it. A lot of these bands I just really enjoy and I like to revisit, and this is just one of those bands. So hopefully you guys are okay with seeing the same bands kind of over and over here and again. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know how right or wrong I was with the lyrics, how you interpret the lyrics, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.